Welcome back. I hope you've enjoyed I suppose the cookery program there which we show you. Rose, I mean, cancer and diet, that is an initiative you're working on as well, isn't it?
Well, we actually had a diet and cancer conference at the centre, at the Age Activity Centre in Wandsworth. Yeah. What we wanted to say to people is that over half of all cancers could be prevented if we changed our lifestyle.
Really?
And diet is part of our lifestyle.
Such as?
Well, if, for example, people eat unhealthy food and gain weight, that has an impact. But it doesn't affect every single cancer. For example, if you look at lung cancer, over 90% of all lung cancers are related to tobacco and smoking.
Oh, yes, yeah.
So it's not just all about diet, but we all need to kind of take some responsibility for our diet and actually eat healthily. I think that goes for any disease, really, that we need to eat healthily. And I speak to myself as well, because we were brought up on a diet that basically was new to many of our elders as well. You know, they had to use other foods where they could pick fruit from the front garden. You know, the fruit will be in the supermarket for a while. It's a very different lifestyle, and I think that's one of the things why black and minority ethnic communities are affected, because the lifestyle has changed. My dad used to tell me we'd be running up and down mountains, and now everybody's in the car. So, you know, just keeping healthy is a good message.
Exercising and doing all the right things. Yeah. But Rose, cancer has no age, does it? Because we've got Jill here, you're very young. I mean, tell us, because you've got breast cancer.
Yeah, I have got breast cancer. Still undergoing chemotherapy at the moment. But I was first diagnosed in December 2005, actually. It was the week before Christmas. And just prior to that, I had discovered 2 lumps in my left breast. And
is that because of self-examination? Because that's one of the things they've always said to you when you go to hospitals, that you have to make sure that you do your self-examination. How did you find out?
Just by, you know, showering every day. Going in the shower, I had discovered them. I did have 2 lumps before that were on my chest, and they were removed, but I was told that they were not cancerous in any way. So when these other 2 lumps came up on my left breast, on either side of the breast, I have to say I kind of ignored it maybe for a couple of weeks, thinking, you know, it's not going to be, it's just not going to be the C word.
Okay.
So I went off to
Why C word? Because that is very interesting.
Yeah, the C word, the cancer word, the C word, it's scary. And I thought, I'm 37, don't want to be told that that's, because I associated cancer not with black people at all, but also with people over the age of 55, 60, you know, and as far as from what I knew about cancer, I knew nothing. And so you just associate cancer with death. And so that was a scary part. However, on going to my GP, you know, she reassured me and said, don't worry about it, just go off to the consultant like you've done before and they'll remove the lumps, nothing to worry about. And she referred me to my local hospital. And on going to the local hospital, I realized that they were taking a bit longer in actually examining me. And there were a few more doctors and nurses in the room, and they wanted to do a few different scans, all in the same day. They sort of wanted to send me off to another department and come back.
But didn't that kind of set alarm bells ringing?
Yes, it did. I had my mum with me and I was absolutely petrified, but I tried to look calm and thought, okay, maybe they're just being really thorough, but I just had a feeling that something untoward was going to come out of it. And at the end of the day, because I was there practically the whole day, and by the end of the day, you know, the doctor said he wanted to see me the following week, which would have been just a few days, literally before Christmas. And I said to him, why is that? And he just said, oh, we just want to check things out, make sure that we give you the right answer. So at that point, I picked up the courage and I said, are you telling me that I've got cancer? And he didn't answer me straight away. He just looked at me. And his reply was, I don't actually want to say that you have yet until I can actually, you know, go through all these tests properly, have a good look with other consultants and get you back next week and we'll confirm it.
Yeah.
So on going back the following week, they told me.
It's very sad, I tell you. I told you don't cry, now they won't cry. This is awful. Okay, yeah.
I went back and I was with my mum again.
Yeah.
And it was a female consultant and who actually said to me, you know, that I'm afraid I have to tell you that you have got breast cancer. And because you have 2 lumps and they're on either side of your left breast, we are going to have to perform the surgery, which is a left mastectomy, basically. And so I screamed. And I think anyone that was in the waiting room might have thought that something really bad was happening, but I was screaming and it's like, no, you can't do this to me. You know, I'm young, I don't need to be without a breast and, you know, that sort of stuff.
Because they're desirable objects, I mean, on a lighter note, you know, so I suppose that itself as well.
I just couldn't imagine me being without a breast. It's something that I've always associated with, again, older women having to go through that sort of stuff. But anyway, following on from that, you know, I was able to get all the support I needed from my mum. That was it was my mum that was being very, very supportive to me throughout all of this.
Did you tell her this? Did you tell your mom that, you know, you really appreciate her being there for you all this?
I didn't at first.
No.
Because I actually didn't even want my mum to touch me because I just thought she's so disappointed in me as a human being. She didn't give birth to me for me to have cancer. So I didn't want her to touch me. So cuddles were out of the question, but she understood. My mum's always understood. However, the mastectomy, they'd scheduled it for a couple of weeks after Christmas. But emotionally, I was not ready for that. I just could not cope. I had to, you know, inform work that I was going to be away for a long time. And emotionally, I just wasn't coping with it. And I suppose in a way, I just wanted to hold on to my breast for as long as I could. And I would actually visually look at myself in the mirror and think, I'm going to be without you, and talk to it. Sounds crazy, but I did.
No, but it's a natural thing to do, because I suppose you then develop a relationship with it, because then you feel that, gosh, this is part of me that will be taken out, you know. And
I was going through that process of thinking that it's going to be very visible to the world because it's not an internal organ, it's external. So the whole world is going to know. And I'm not going to be desirable to anybody, and who's going to want to ever know me again, and my children are going to dislike me. And I was going through all these negative thoughts in my head. But I delayed the surgery and had it done at, I think it was the beginning of February in 2006. And went down to theatre crying and screaming my head off, but, you know, woke up thinking, well, great, they've got rid of the cancer, fantastic. I'm in a better place now. I've just got to cope with looking weird. And that went on. I had chemotherapy, and lost all my hair, had radiotherapy. That went on for about 9 months, the whole process of chemotherapy and radiotherapy. And then they put me on a drug called tamoxifen, which I was due to take for 5 years. And in 2007, November, I actually had the reconstruction done. So they did the reconstruction in 2 parts. So they started the reconstruction, and it was done with an inflatable sort of balloon in a way, where they just put it under the skin and they inflate it slowly over a matter of months to stretch my skin, because my skin had died from all the radiotherapy. And then, so 2008 in June, I was due to have the final part done, which would be to remove that inflatable balloon, I call it, and put in the, you know, the proper breast. That was my word. Put in my new breast.
I hope you asked for a bigger size.
Well, I said, you know.
So you walked like, woo.
So they put in, they went ahead and did that.
I mean, what support did you get from BME? How did you meet Rose?
Well, I met Rose because I go on a ladies' weekend every year, and I was going to actually talk to 250 ladies, mainly black ladies, about my experience, and I needed someone to sort of back me up on the medical side, because I could talk about my story, but I didn't have the medical knowledge really. So that's how I came across Rose, through what she does. And I gave her a call and asked her if she'd be willing to support me at that weekend, and she said yes, without a doubt. You know, so
beautiful. Rose, we were saying, just because we're running out of time, and I know this is very important, like you were saying, that we as black women, we need to go out there and have more screening done.
Yes, from January this year, from the age of 47, you'll be invited for breast screening.
Okay.
Please go. We know that far fewer black women go, and it picks up early cancers. And can I just say, even though these ladies have had cancer, support is so important. We have such fun at the African Caribbean Support Group. We're going to be, by the time this program comes out, we'll have done it. We're going to be at Balham Seventh-day Adventist Church on Saturday, just telling them about the experience. But Comfort also wanted with the other ladies to do a choir. So they're going to be singing Lean on Me, and guess who's going to be playing the piano for them? I have to be multi-skilled for this. But
Rose, where can people find out more about BME cancer?
It's best if you look at the website, www.bmecancer.com. We are updating it. If you want to contact us, do it through the website.
And that is where you can find all information about cancer, all kinds of cancer. If you want to get hold of these three lovely ladies, obviously you can go through Rose and she'll be able to put you through in touch with them. So this is me, Rhoda Wilson, say thank you very, very much for watching. It's been an emotional time for me because, you know, this is a very important subject for me just because of my mom's history. And so thank you very much for watching. Until next week when I have another interesting guest, goodbye.